Hello, welcome back. Today we face one of three sides that have beaten us so far this season in the return fixture, and also we go have a trip to Crawley for the FA Cup fourth round. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 115 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, as I mentioned, we do have for you two games. First up, it's Championship Match Day 29, as we face Norwich City at the Bob Lucus, one of three sides that have beaten us so far this season. And then it's a trip to Crawley Town for an FA Cup fourth round. Should it be easy to get into the fifth round for the first time ever in this series, or will it be a potential banana skin? We will find out in today's episode. We've played one game since you were last with us, and that was a game against Millwall. We were in second place as it stood at the end of the last episode. Did we beat Millwall, and did we regain top spot? First highlight, 6 minutes in, a header from Millwall over the top, and they have a free kick on 13. Hinnigan has a shot from distance, but again, over the top. 33 minutes on the clock. A throw in to O'Grady-Macken. De Bayo threads it through to Derry. Jesse Derry. De Bayo. Russell Denny through to O'Grady-Macken. O'Grady-Macken tucks it away and gives us 37 minutes on the clock. Yao, who's one of our new recruits, of course, gave that ball away. Campbell. Sunsit Bell, Benjamin. Oh, he's hit the post. A bit of a let off there. Johnson fires that ball forward. Nobody there. O'Grady-Macken tidying up though. And we have another attack on Derry. Derry comes forward. Derry crosses it in. And Ginty, I think, headed it clear. And the highlight is still alive. Johnson, De Bayo, Derry. Forward for O'Grady-Macken, but it's taken away from O'Grady-Macken. And a free kick, a second half. Hinnigan with this ball in. Phillips, Sunsit Bell. He's gone back out to Hinnigan. Kutzar, Bernadette, and it's not gone in. Defended well. Ginty, Hinnigan, Sunsit Bell. We just feel that something's come in, and it is. Campbell from about 30 yards out puts them level on 59. Lawrence with a throw in, 62 on the clock. O'Grady-Macken, Russell Denny, back to De Bayo. Russell Denny comes forward. Looked like he was going to be tripped there, but he's evaded the tackle. Johnson, Derry, back to Johnson. Derry swapped sides, I think. Joe, Russell Denny, Joe, Johnson, Russell Denny. Russell Denny's tackled, but Joe is there to back him up. But we've given the ball away, and Millwall on the counter, but Johnson running back, picks that ball up. O'Grady-Macken, Adamson, Wakachu, Lawrence to Adamson. Adamson into the area. Looked like he was going to be thing, but the goalkeeper having to make a save. Yao Virginia, 81 on the clock. Ball to Linton. Derry. Derry cuts inside. Derry, is he going to go on his own? No. It's been tackled, lost the ball. Russell Denny tidies up. Adamson tries to sweep that out to one of these two players, either Derry or Linton. Didn't get there, and they've won the ball back and now on the counter, but they've also given the ball away. O'Grady-Macken through to Adamson. Adamson into the area. He's put it away, and on 82 minutes we take a 2-1 lead. And is that the winning goal? Indeed, it was the winning goal. A 2-1 win over Millwall at the Den. 10 shots, 7 on target. They have 15 shots, only 3 on target. but their XG was a lot better than ours, 2.21 against a 0.99, and they also have 55% of the possession against our 45. But that means nothing if we then go out and win the game. And certainly the changes that we made at 60 minutes, Adamson coming on for Patterson, certainly made a change, and he did very well. Got player of the match when he come on. One key pass and a goal to his name. How does that leave us in the table? Well, here we go. We are top again by virtue of Burnley, I presume. Well, it says they won, but we've gone in front of them. 63 points. 3 points clear of Burnley and Fulham, who are in second and third. I'm presuming actually Fulham were in first place, and because they've lost 3 on the trot now, have dropped down. Burnley chasing us up the table by virtue of their win, but they were behind us. So they are the immediate teams behind us. Then there's a 10-point gap down to Bournemouth, who are currently in 4th place, and Derby, who are in 5th place. And Millwall, the last playoff place, on 48 points, and we're some 15 points clear of that, and 16 points clear of Norwich, who we face in the Championship today, on 47 points. Hull also on 47, down the other end of the table. It's a sort of any 3 from 5 as it stands at the minute. Little bit of gap from Nottingham Forest to Barnsley. Barnsley, though, have lost the last 2. They're on 29. Nottingham Forest on 24. Luton on 24. Stoke are on 22. Preston on 22. And there is a 6-point gap then down to Plymouth, who are on 24. Sheffield United, who were in there for a long while, have picked themselves out and pulled themselves clear. 10 points clear of that drop zone now, so doing very well. Just go back to Norwich, they've won 3, lost 1 and drawn 1 of their last 5. In fact, they're on a 2-game unbeaten run as it stands at the moment. We need to try and thwart them at that today. So that's where we are, brought you up to date. Transfer news wise, I don't think there is a great deal. We obviously had Yo come in, I think, in the last episode. We are on the 22nd of January, which means we're getting very close to the window shutting this time around. We still don't have any money for wages at all, but we have actually negotiated whether it comes off or not, because there are other teams in for him, and I'm completely hopeful that we will get him. Dexter Lambigska. We won't bother too much about him. We'll bother about him if he actually comes in, but he is a sort of a Johnson figure, can play on both sides of that wing back role, can play in the middle, but he's not particularly good, but can play as a defensive midfielder as well. So good utility player at the back if it comes off. We've offered him a £3,500 per week deal if he decides to come to us. He may look at it and think they're going up into the Premiership. Let's go there, but we will wait and see whether he actually does come and join us as it currently stands. Right, it is on to the Norwich game then. It's Norwich in the Championship. It's match day 29 of the Championship. We've played Norwich twice, once in the Caribou Cup third round. We beat them 3-2 on that occasion at Carrow Road. I've never played them at the Bob Lucus, interestingly, but we did lose to them last time out at Carrow Road earlier in the season, back in October. Breslin, the scorer, on 75 minutes. Carl Johnson getting sent off on 95 minutes. No reason why he should have got sent off, but he did. So, as I say, they are one of 3 teams that have beaten us so far this season. Let's go and see if we can beat them today. Well, before we have a look at the team that will face Norwich in this match day 29, it has a little bit more significance because Burnley and Fulham, the 2 teams that were immediately behind us, have both played on Tuesday. We're playing on Wednesday. They played on Tuesday. Fulham have drawn and only picked up a point. They moved back up into second place. Burnley have lost to Sheffield United and as a consequence are down in third place. We have a 2-point gap as it currently stands, with a game in hand theoretically, over Fulham, which means that if we can win today, we would be 5 points clear of Fulham in second place, and I'm thinking about 6 points clear of Burnley, who are down in third place. So even more reason to go and win today's game. And this is the team that hopefully will do it. Virginia is in goal. Joe, G and De Bayo in the defensive line. Johnson and Lawrence are the wing backs. Russell Denny, it's a familiar side, is between them. Patterson is on the left. Adamson gets a start on the right. Played very well when he came on in the previous game. And Nzingo is playing behind Wakachu. O'Grady Mackin was there last time, but O'Grady Mackin has picked up a virus. Wakachu does lead the attack, albeit he's been a little bit shaky form-wise just recently, and let's hope today isn't another of his shaky days. Up front, the bench looks like this: Winterbottom, Armitage, Olsen, Holman, Linton, Derry, Darcy, Jurich and Jebison. Here we are back at the Bob Lucus for an evening game under the floodlights, and our now familiar formation, familiar team as well that fills that formation. Norwich, they're playing a 4-2-3-1 today. Steve Cooper is their manager. I don't think they had a manager last time we played them. They are currently in 7th place on 47 points. As you will see, we are top on 63. Early doors, 3rd minute, and there is a free kick. Gabriel Sara with the free kick, and he scored. 4th goal of the season, and Virginia not getting anywhere near it. And we go behind on 4 minutes, which is a bit of a worry. Into the top corner. Virginia, poor, really. 14 minutes on clock, free kick. It's swung in and defended well. Patterson recycling, though. Nzingo back to Patterson. Patterson has G on the edge of the area. G into the area, but he's sort of lost the ball. But he's won it back. G, De Bayo. And what was going on there? De Bayo gives the ball away, and cheaply. But he decided to win it back, and did so very well as well. Patterson. Adamson. No, it's cut out. We need to be careful. These balls cut out. They're a little bit in front of us. Nzingo into the area. Cross it in. And it's Wakachu. 23rd goal of the season. And on 15 minutes, we are level. And we had a little bit of luck there. Lost the ball a few times. Won it back. And Lawrence, lovely through ball to Nzingo. Nzingo, couple of players in the middle. Wakachu loves those. He's in front of the defender and puts it away. See it again. Question whether he was offside, I guess. No, the ball went backwards. Yes, he's in front of the defender. Nothing the defender can do about it. Patterson was there as backup. Free kick just inside our half. 18 minutes on the clock. Guthrie with the free kick. Get too much of the ball, which is my worry. It's ball forward. Dio crosses this in. Oh, it's just headed wide by, who was it that headed it wide? McCarthy. I'll see it again. First time hit in by Deo. Lawrence is there, but possibly put McCarthy off a little bit. Ball forward. Woodman falls on the ball. Quite sure why the highlight started like that. Woodman will pump one forward. It's headed on. And those 50-50 balls are not winning. Were we 10-2? And they've put it away. McCarthy. He warned us just now. And he's scored. And we've got problems with him. 25 minutes. Or is it 24 minutes? No, it's 25 minutes. They take a 2-1 lead. This ball in. McCarthy gets away from his defender. Another free kick. And that's been our downfall, I think. We've given away too much. Sarah. Oh, my. And a complete howler from Yale, Virginia. Well, well, well. Maybe time for Winterbottom to have a run out. This was terrible. Yale, Virginia, what the heck went on here? He's gone down. He's come off his hand and gone in the net. Half time comes, and after a terrible play by Yale, Virginia, well, I've just lost for words. 3-1 down at half time then. Sarah scoring on 4 and 35. McCarthy between that on 25 minutes. Wakachoo got us level on 15. Looked like we were back in the game, but that's the only shot we've had on target, albeit 1.29 is our XG, 66% of the possession. They've had 7 shots, 4 on target, 0.61 and 34% of the possession. I think it's poor form by Yale, Virginia that's put us in this position, certainly for the third goal. They made 2 changes at half-time. We made 1 change. Sorry, I didn't show you too. Linton has come on for Carl Johnson, who picked up a yellow card in that first half, and he got sent off against them last time. We want to avoid the same this time. 46 minutes on the clock. We have a highlight, and we've got this. Adamson to Joe. Get a goal back early in this second half will give us a bit of momentum. Tipped in. Patterson brings it down, but heads it straight into the arms of Woodman. Looked like a promising attack for a short while there. Joe crosses this deep. Patterson, no power on the header. We have a corner. 51 minutes on the clock. Swung in. Oof. And with 60 minutes on the clock, making just 1 more change at this juncture in time, we have taken off Travis Patterson and brought on Jesse Derry. And we're looking like we are going to make our final 3 changes at this juncture in time. A little bit of tiredness and so on going out there. James DeBeo has been replaced. We have replaced him with Olsen, Charlie Olsen. The other changes that we have made is Stefan Adamson has come off. Ronan Darcy comes on for him. And our final change that we have made is we have taken off. Who have we taken off? Yes, by the injury for Jesse Derry. Come on 75 minutes. Injured on 75 minutes. When did he come on? Originally came on 62 minutes. He's picked up an injury, a foot injury, and Zoran Juric comes on to replace him. 76, Sousa with a long throw, but that's headed into no man's land. G there to tidy up. Russell Denny. Olsen comes forward. Oh, and a poor ball from Olsen. Olsen just come on and not paying attention. G there tidying up, though, sorting out the mess. Darcy inside, but it's a poor ball to Nzingo. Darcy also come on. A little bit of trying to get up to speed here. That one cut out by Olsen to G. Russell Denny. Juric. Oh, bad tackle from Sousa. Through, and we've got Wakachoo has got his 24th of the season and get us a goal back. Are we going to pull this out of the bag? 77 minutes on the clock. And instant response from the substitutions. Juric, this one, Sousa off his feet. Surely there's got to be a yellow card there. And that into Wakachoo from Darcy. And Wakachoo staying on side. 79 on the clock. Lawrence with a throw in to Darcy. Back to Lawrence. Lawrence into the area. It's through. It's gone in. Wakachoo gets his hat-trick. 25th goal of the season. And in the space of about 5 minutes, we are back on level terms. 80 minutes on the clock for that goal. And, well, we've turned it back round, looking like we were going for a defeat, doing nothing, made the substitutions, and it's all happening. Wakachoo just stabbed that in, having got it from Nzingo. And we managed a 3-3 draw against Norwich. Wakachoo getting another hat-trick, and he's certainly turned it around in that second half. He really had told him at half-time that he was disappointed in him, and he's pulled it out of the bag. Scored on 15 minutes and then 78 and 80 minutes. 2 goals in 2 minutes to put this game back in our favour. Glory Nzingo picking up a player of the match, and 9.4 for him. 2 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, 2 assists for Nzingo. He's played his part today. 15 shots, 5 on target, 3.32 and 67% of the possession. Norwich had 10 shots, 4 on target. Oh, we got the aliens here. 0.97 and 33% of the possession. All I can say is we certainly the substitutions made that little bit of difference in that game. And I think it probably means that we're 2 points clear of Fulham at the top of the table. Well, we come back and disappointing news about Jesse Derry. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. He's got pulled ankle ligaments, and that is bad news for him. And we will miss him down that, left or right-hand side of the park. Let's have a look and see how the day's results have gone then. And here are the results. Well, actually, the Tuesday results before we have the Wednesday ones. There are still a number of teams that have played 28 games, but to be fair, none of them will really affect us in the realm of things. Birmingham beat Bournemouth by 2-0. Fulham 0, West Brom 0, Preston 1, Millwall 1, and Sheffield United 1, Burnley 0. And of course, with the game that we have played on Wednesday, a 3-3 draw against Norwich. This is how the table looks after 29 games, for most of us anyway. We are 3 points clear of Fulham. I was talking about 2 points, wasn't I? 3 points clear of Fulham and 4 points clear of Burnley. It's a shame we couldn't beat them, because that gap at the top would have been very, very nice had we won that game. Put us on 66 points, 5 points clear of Fulham, and the fear would have gone out a little bit had we managed to pull that one off. But as it is, 4 points clear of Burnley. So we are 4 points clear in that automatic position. So that's how it stacks up going into our second game of the episode. 3 days down to the FA Cup game against Crawley Town. Can we get results and go through the 5th round for the first time ever? So here we are on match day, and before we have a look at the previous against Crawley Town, I just thought we'd have a quick look to see how they have arrived in the 4th round. They beat Bromley in the 1st round. They joined the competition in the 1st round, beating Bromley by 1-0. They then went on to beat Fleetwood by 3-2 in the 2nd round, beating Bolton by 1-0 in the 3rd round, and that's how they meet us today in the 4th round for a place in the 5th round. That's how they have progressed. And this 4th round tie it is. Crawley Town, we played them twice back in League 2 days back in 2027. 0-0 draw and a 3-3 draw. 3-3 at their place on that occasion. They took the lead after 9 minutes. Ronan Darcy equalising on 25. They took the lead, a 2-1 lead on 65, and we managed to get back in the game, a bit like we did against Norwich. Luca Fletcher on 89 and Wakachu 2 minutes into injury time, getting us level in that game. And previous to that, as I say, it was a 0-0 draw. So either we don't want to draw, we won't have a draw, but we don't want a draw today. That would be the way forward. Can we get into the 5th round then, or is this a potential banana skin? Crawley Town are currently in League 2, of where they are 22nd at the minute and not performing particularly well. It's an opportunity, but as I said, also a banana skin. And this is the team that faces Crawley Town in this Emirates FA Cup 4th round tie. Can we get through to the 5th round for the first time ever? We will find out in due course. Virginia continues in goal. It can hold me responsible if this all goes wrong, but Virginia is in goal. Armitage, Olsen and Joe are the defensive line. Linton comes in and makes a start on the left. Johnson moves back over to the right-hand side of the complete wing-backs. Lependa making his first appearance. Its first starting appearance of the season. Linton has made one. And then up front, we have Patterson starting on the left. Let's hope he plays better than he did last time out. Adamson on the right. Darcy comes in but in place of Nzingo, who isn't fully fit. Don't know why he's not fully fit, but he's not fully fit. He's come in, and we've also made one change up front. Jefferson comes in for Wakachu, an opportunity to give him a little bit of a rest. The bench looks like this: a Winterbottom, DeBeo, G, Holman, Lawrence, Russell Denny, Nzingo, Jurich, and Wakachu. And here we are at Crawley Town for this FA Cup tie. They've lost 4 of their last 5, playing a 4-4-2 today, which we know can cause us some problems generally along the way. We've won 3, drawn 1, lost 1, playing our usual formation. Crawley playing in all red today. We have a highlight from the start of the game. Egan Raleigh seems to be a familiar name. Cut out by Patterson. Playing in our third kit today. Lependa out to Linton. Linton only making his second start of the season. Lependa. Patterson in for Darcy. Darcy not quite quick enough. Playing the goalkeeper. Comes out to steal it off his feet. Long ball forward. Yao heads that down, but it's a poor ball. And they come away with it. And they're going to catch us on the break here. Oh, out wide. Mead cross it in, and they have. Callum Westwood gets the 6th goal of the season, and banana skin it is. Inside the first minute, they take the lead. Turned the counter-attack into a quite deadly thing, and Westwood getting in front of his defender. It was Armitage, and puts it away. Ball given away again in midfield there. I think that was Darcy giving that ball away. Mead again is the danger man. We'll go 2 behind. We will be in trouble, but Darcy thwarts that one. Adamson cuts inside. Adamson goes out wide to Linton. We need to get back on level terms as quickly as possible. Linton into the area, and Jefferson, in fact, Stefan Adamson, gets his 3rd goal of the season as we get level on, I'm not sure if it was 5 minutes. We'll check the clock in a minute. It was 5 or 6. And Adamson instrumental in that attack. Linton gets into space, crosses it in, and it's Adamson that puts it away. Johnson with a throw in to Darcy, back to Johnson. Lependa to Joe. Joe finds Olsen. Olsen finds Lependa. Back to Olsen. Joe. Oh, and a poor ball by Joe. Didn't find Johnson, but he cuts it out. Adamson inside to Darcy. Darcy creates a bit of space. It's in off the post. And Ronan Darcy's 3rd goal of the season. And we do take the lead inside the first 10 minutes. Joe losing that ball, but immediately gets it back. Adamson, Darcy into space. In off the post. Well, no more highlights in that first half. All the action in the first 10 minutes, it seemed to be hubbub of action. 3 goals inside that first 10 minutes, and then nothing for the rest of the half. We've had 6 shots, just 2 of which are on target. We scored from both of them. 1.67 and 73% of the possession. They've had 1 shot, 1 on target, and scored 0.82 and 27% of the possession. Still a banana skin there. And no highlights so far in the second half, with 70 minutes on the clock, making 3 changes. Carl Johnson, who's picked up a yellow card, he's come off and has been replaced by Jack Holman. Travis Patterson also picking up a yellow card. He's been replaced by Zoran Juric. And our final change is Daniel Jebson up front. He's had a poor day, and Wakachu replaces him. First highlight of the second half, 74 minutes in. Adamson with a corner. Swung in. It's headed back out. Adamson to Linton. Juric curls one, but not curling enough. And with 81 minutes on the clock, making our final 2 changes. Joe, who's had a good day, but he's tiring. He's played back-to-back games since joining us. He's replaced by James DeBeo for the final 10 minutes or so. And the final change that we made is Ronan Darcy, again getting tired. He's had a good day, though, behind the front runner. He is replaced by Glory Nzingo. Just made those changes, or not as yet. Linton with this cross in. It's deep. It's headed away, only as far as Holman. Holman pulls it back to Lependa. Lependa creates space. He's come off the post. And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, it has got worse. We have an injury to Wakachu, which is probably more of a worry. He's come on as substitute, and he's picked up an injury, a foot injury of all sorts. Nobody to replace him because we've used all our substitutions. So we're just going to see the game out if we can, as we are. And Nzingo will play as a shadow striker. Or do we move him forward? Can he play in that? He can play. It's not his best, but we'll leave him there as a shadow striker, I think. 6 minutes of time added on, and we are in the 4th minute of those 6. Out wide to Juric. Man down, of course. Juric goes round his man. He's into the area. Juric pulls it back for Nzingo, but Nzingo fires it over the top. And that was the opportunity to finish the game off. But it is all over, and we do progress into the 5th round for the first time ever. But more of a worry is that injury to Nzingo. And is that going to affect our league form as well? 14 shots, 4 on target, 2.46 and 73% of the possession. They have 4 shots, 2 on target, 1.30 and 27% of the possession. It all happened in the first 10 minutes. Let's go and find out the injury, or the extent of the injury, to Wakachu. Fingers crossed it's not too long. And first of all, the bad news. Wakachu is our top scorer, 25 goals for the season, is out for 4 to 5 weeks. That is a big blow in trying to get promoted from the championship. We've got a little bit of time left in the window. We might have to look to bring in a temporary replacement for striker up front. Something we need to look at between episodes. But Wakachu out for 4 to 5 weeks, which is extremely bad news. And the full roundup of the day's matches: a 2-1 win against Crawley Town. Other big winners: Tottenham beating Bournemouth, Blackpool beating West Brom, Sheffield United beating Brighton, Bristol City and Lincoln City will replay. 1-1 draw there. Burnley beating Altrincham by 2-0. Leeds beating Colchester only by 1-0, but they won. Crystal Palace and Blackburn will replay. Everton beating Birmingham. Manchester City seeing off Sunderland just. Arsenal beating Preston. Newcastle beating Sheffield Wednesday. Manchester United beating Wolves. Brentford beating Yeovil Town. And Chelsea and Millwall still have their game to play. A 5th round draw will be coming up in the not too distant future, and we'll look forward to that. There has been matches in the championship today. Let's go and have a quick look at those if we can. We need to go back a couple of things. Let's go into the championship. Let's have a look at the matches. Obviously, we played our game in the week because we're playing in the Cup at the weekend. But these are the results from the Championship. Derby beating Barnsley, Coventry beating Hull City, Huddersfield losing to Middlesbrough, Portsmouth and Swansea playing out a draw, Queen's Park Rangers beating Plymouth, who stuck rigidly on the bottom now, 11 points adrift. Luton Town beating Stoke by 2-0, and Nottingham Forest beating Watford 2-1, which leaves the table at the end of the episode looking like this. We are top, 3 points clear of Fulham in second place. Burnley are third on 60 points, 4 points adrift of us. Derby County now move within 8 points in fourth, 11 points adrift. Bournemouth in fifth, 15 points adrift. Millwall in sixth place, and then Norwich just outside the playoff places are 16 points adrift of us, on 48 points down the bottom end of the table. Been sucked in a little bit. There's a 4-point gap now between Preston and Luton, but Barnsley, Nottingham Forest, Luton Town are still in the mix. Huddersfield have a 3-point gap over Barnsley as well at the moment, so it's still to play for down the bottom there. But Plymouth look like they are on the way out. They just can't seem to win anything right down the bottom there. Preston and Stoke are also starting to get adrift of the front runners. Stoke by 5 points, Preston by 4 points, and they need to pull that back round very, very quickly. I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look when the fifth round is. The draw coming up on Monday. The fifth round isn't until Wednesday the 27th, which means down here somewhere. So the Barnsley game will get, there it's showing on there. Barnsley game will get pushed out. So we are going to come back for Bournemouth and Fulham in the next episode. Fulham, who are currently in second place, so it's quite a ding-dong match for us. Bournemouth are currently in fifth. So we're going to come back for those two games, and that will set us up then for coming back for however this pans out. I'm presuming the Barnsley game will get dropped out, so it's quite possible we'll come back for Watford and the FA Cup fifth round as we head towards the end of the season, and see if we can progress even further in the Cup. Depends who we get drawn against, of course. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Bottom to the Top and our other series, of course, Going Dutch, as they are released. New episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date what's happening on the channel is follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's episode 116 and should be out on Friday. Till then, have yourselves a great week. Bye-bye.